Look at us, back at it, back in our usual locations. Back where.
Do we need a helmet on?
Used to no helmets. No, not today. And it's been a while. Hopefully you haven't misplaced it. You haven't put it somewhere and forgot where you put it, because you're going to need it at some point.
We got practice at 4, Rhett, so you have to wear a helmet. It's Hockey Calgary rules.
Is that how it works? Because
coaches too.
Yeah. I almost left mine. I went to get skate sharpened and I had to fix a snap. Just left the helmet there. Just walked right out. Left the helmet on the desk. I had to circle back.
Because I know you go to some rinks and you'll see that the coaches aren't wearing helmets. It's these renegade super duper leagues or whatever.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The outlaw leagues?
The renegade super duper leagues. I guess they write.
Speaking of, our old buddy, Chris Versteeg.
Yeah.
Steger.
He started a renegade league.
He has, eh?
In Lethbridge, I'm assuming. Oh, Toronto. Are you serious?
Toronto.
Yeah. Selling franchises.
Oh,
wow.
Well done.
It's like the XFL.
Youth.
Is The Rock coming in that one too?
Hopefully Steve doesn't go all Vince on us. Not good. Good.
That's a big bill that, geez. Expensive decisions, Vince.
So when you run a league or you start a league, what do you need?
An idea?
Yeah. Right? It's not like
a plan.
It's not like you have, I mean, at some point you're going to need ice rentals. You're going to need to have some ice put aside for these teams and probably build a schedule of some sort.
Schedule will be good.
Probably you're going to need more than one team.
Yeah. For it to, for the competitive nature of it, you're going to need more than one.
Now, you don't want too many because you do want to ask for money for these things. You don't want to have 50, 60 sitting on the shelf. It's got to be, there's only a couple. You got to give me that big price tag. You can't have too many.
But I mean, good for him. That's awesome. He's got young kids. This is, why not? It's kind of like, rather than pay somebody else to put my kid into hockey, why don't people pay me to put their kids into hockey? And then my kids will just take part as well.
Genius.
Chess, not checkers, people. Chess, not checkers. Well, it's not the traditional way that we would get into the McLeod Law opening statements for Peter Klein and Austin, and I'm going to sneeze.
Uh-oh. I hate that he mutes himself. I do like to hear the sneeze.
And I want to see the facial expression.
I know.
There it is.
Wow. Violent. That's two. One more. Are they come in threes? No,
that was three. I fogged up my glasses with that one. Yeah, for Shane. Here's the thing. Opening statements. I have not had coffee.
No.
Speaking of Vince,
are you
on
on
Rock,
is that a health kick thing?
No shit. No, I lost a battle royal with my coffee machine this morning. I'm not happy about it.
Shoveler had one a week ago.
And you're just watching the clock. It's like, how much longer am I going to? Because at some point we have to do this show today, and I need to go and do some sort of prep for it. I need to have some how much longer?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those. I guess it's like the it's not a Nespresso, but it's a espresso machine type thing. No pods.
Oh, okay.
But it's got the hopper for the beans, and then you pour the water, and then you press the button and it grinds the beans. So it's a 1 cup or an espresso shot at a time kind of deal. And it's great when it works.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to take the thing out and then you dump the empty the compressed coffee bean things.
Yeah.
And then you put water in and you put the beans in. And then there's the thing itself, the mechanism. You take it out and you rinse it because it can get bunged up. I can't get it back in. So it was the lowest form of battle. It's just like literally you're doing this for 40 minutes.
Just a manual push. That's all you really had to. Oh, boy. 40 minutes, you say, huh? I think we got the picture. We don't need to reenact the whole 40.
Softer, gentle. No, too hard.
Just right. Come on.
No. Gentle.
That said, I'm surprisingly in decent spirits.
I was going to say, if that's been 40 minutes.
I had to keep Mount Boom from erupting. So just
breathe.
So the voice, I got stuff going on in here. I've not had any warm fluids. I didn't have, so we're really dealing with some circumstances here, people. So we'll get into it.
Feel free to drop off a hot cup of Joe.
Yeah, if anybody's, or even a spot of tea, some English breakfast or something, that would be great. But of course, it's McLeod Law. Peter McLean over at Peter McLean. That's right.
Great guy.
McLeod Law, he's your personal injury guy. He's also the go-to guy for your disability insurance claim. If your long-term disability insurance company is refusing to pay those insurance benefits, you contact Peter and put him to work. He'll get you those benefits that you paid for and deserve. They are the very best. They are good people. They are Calgary. They are McLeod Law, McLeod-law.com.
And sorry, you said that was Lightning McQueen? That's the name of the law?
Yeah.
Yeah. The caffeine is also absent in my in my thing as well. Let's talk about the weekend. We should talk about Toronto. All three of us, we went to Toronto. It was a bigger undertaking for some of us than the other. Now you were a driver, Red. You drove from Buffalo to Toronto. Walk us through, for those of us who have never done that route. What does it look like? What do you pass? What do you see?
Well, there's a couple bridges taking you over from the mainland onto Grand Island. I believe they buried toxic waste over there at one point.
Nice.
And then you carry on through Old Grand Island, and then you go across another bridge, and that's the Niagara Falls region of northern.
Did you see the falls?
I could see
Did
the
you
mist.
see them?
Mist from the falls. There's a couple different bridges you could take. I took the Queenston Lewiston, which brings you in at the White Oaks Resort. You hop on the QEW and head north, but it's kind of more west for a while, and then north, and then east. And if you want to spend $25 to save 7 minutes, then you can take the toll road, the 407 ETR. Zip, way less traffic. Sometimes it's money well spent. On the way up, did not choose that route. On the way back, did.
Yeah, because you would have been Friday rush hour traffic on the way back. That's a move.
And I avoided most. I avoided most of it, other than I had to get gas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's a grizzled vet out there all of a sudden. It's got all the moves.
And then you just shimmied your way through with the city driving. You know your way around.
It's like
Toronto?
a salmon spawning up Riverdene, just finding my way.
Did you have time for just a quick one and done at the Sundowner, or no?
Did your belly turn red and then your nose start to turn into a hook as well? Or?
My belly expands.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
2 hours, 1 hour and 54 minutes on the way home.
That's not bad. That's really
hour
good.
45 on the way there. It was wonderful. Great.
You can wait that long at the border some days, so that's a good trip.
I had a friend crossing the border yesterday. It was a real issue. You got to be smart about it. Now, for those of you that have not been to the Niagara region, if you've got the Nexus card, there is a whirlpool bridge. Now, this is a real small bridge, very unknown, but make sure you've got money on your Nexus card, because if you don't, you're gonna get shit. Yes, you got it. It's a toll. It's like a toll.
I did not know they had a toll Nexus money thing. That's very.
I didn't either. Learned the hard way.
Yeah, you got talking to,
sir.
Get one of these, the old finger wag.
There was no spawning salmon at that moment.
So what do you think when you, being from Western Canada, you're now living in Buffalo, you've been there for a couple of years. When you go into Toronto, what are your emotions? Do you feel like, this is the big city, this feels good? I could see why people are fond of Toronto, why it's the hub. This is where it's happening.
Yeah, I can't get enough of leaving Toronto. I really find that to be a highlight.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's great.
I'm intimidated.
You were just there. What do you mean you're sure? I mean, you had a chance to research and everything. You could
4 blocks of Toronto.
Well, yeah.
And maybe that's the charm. Maybe we don't like leaving the house. This is even better. You get a 3 block radius. You got everything you need. You don't have to go anywhere.
It is like the most chaotic 4 blocks. Like it is incredibly dense. There are tons of people. It is, like that's not how most people live Toronto. That is very much we're here for the convention center event. That's who visits Toronto. We're right at the CN Tower, and it's all fancy smancy hotels. That would be like not leaving downtown Calgary and say, "Oh, I've been to Calgary." Like, well, you just saw some towers. That's all.
Yeah, have you really been to Toronto? Yes, we were in Toronto, but if you were just plopped there, it could be Vancouver, it could be Dallas, it could be, you know what I mean? It's all like you say. You get in an Uber from the airport to the place you're staying at, and then you walk 2 blocks to where you're going, and then you leave again. You don't really get an appreciation. That's all I've really ever done. So I can't really tell you whether Toronto's all it's cracked up to be.
But if you lived on the outskirts, like Etobicoke, how often are you going to Toronto?
Well, I don't know.
Because the only
where's your boy
thing I
Noodles
hear, the only
He's
thing
kind of bouncing
I
around.
hear is how awful the traffic is, and I
Right.
avoid it at all costs. I've seen the traffic. I don't want any part of the traffic. Dougie Gilmore even said traffic's just
He said it's a killer.
it's like
This whole not caffeinating thing, we might have to keep it.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, we went, we conquered, we came home, and we were the bells of the ball. We got there on Wednesday or whatever. We're going for dinner. It's gonna be great. Elias Lindholm is going. It sounds like the Lindholm trade is getting on. Hey, you Calgary guys. Hey, hoo, hey, ha, hoo, ha. We were big stuff in the big city.
Then we get Connie on the show on Thursday.
Yeah.
It was a good little run. I guess Friday we got him on. Yeah, it was good couple shows. Nice to run into our brethren from the other cities, some of them at least. Yeah.
Is there anyone, and this is going to sound like it's a shot, and I swear it's not, because it's the bigger,
just a sec.
It's the bigger macro discussion.
Could you just put your earmuffs on, Dean?
Yeah, just real quick, Dean. Just Rhett and I.
Pinder.
Yeah.
It's definitely a shot.
He's gonna just clobber me over the head with a 2x4.
Plow.
Okay, Dean. We're back.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
So it's not a shot, even though it sounds like it. But are any of the Flames fans upset or missing Elias Lindholm?
Well, I haven't even played a game. No. I mean, everyone knew this was the right route to take. Do you know?
And that's what I'm saying. It seems like, because it seems everybody feels like the return's been good. They're not really sad to see the player leave, even though he's a very good player.
He hasn't played inspired hockey since his buddies left.
It just feels like everyone is so ready to embrace moving on, and
it's the right thing to do.
Do you know what I mean? And we said this, that the fans would be there for you. Now the proof will be down the road if they lose a bunch of games for the next 2-3 years, then I guess. But I have not seen really any kind of sentiment online or talk to anybody that's, oh man, I can't believe they traded Lindholm.
No,
it's too bad that it's kind of going this way.
I'll say this, if he starts looking like 40-goal Lindholm, it'll feel a bit different, but it was clear with his ask, A, B, his age and the life cycle of this club, C, the value we were hoping you'd be able to get for him when you got close to the deadline. I mean, it just felt like the right decision given all the circumstances.
And the roster layout.
You've already committed to some guys over 30. You don't need more of that. You probably wish you'd committed to Lindy versus some other guys, but given where we were this summer, this is a very unsurprising outcome. And as the season went on, even those that thought this could be a playoff club, and I think we've all kind of ebbed and flowed on where we're at with this group because they had the miserable start, then they were competitive. It just, you arrive to last week and it's so clear what they are, and it's so clear what he could provide you in trade versus, what the commitment would be to keep him. It wasn't like you had to turn down a sweetheart deal and a guy that really, really was lighting it up playing great hockey. It was an easy decision to arrive at for fans to be like, yeah, this is good.
Because then usually when these happen, now the Jerome one, you can't because Jerome's on that's a different.
They got more for this guy than they did for Jerome, and it's not close. That's wild. That's how bad the Jerome deal was. And that's the stuff that kept worry warts like you, Dino, just, the deadline. What if they screw it up? But it's a better management team that drafts better than the one that made the Jerome deal.
He's a worry ward?
Well, what do you say, Ryan? That what is it? History is the best indicator for future performance.
Yeah.
When have the Flames crushed a deal? It's not happened a
Well,
lot.
since Treliving got here a lot, especially on rentals. They did well on Glenn Cross. They did well on Chris Russell. They've done well on.
Well, yeah, I guess trade.
So, but I mean, prior to Treliving, you're absolutely right. And to be fair, if you're thinking about entering a rebuild, we haven't seen that under Treliving. There's been some tweaks, but I get it. It's just if you only wanted to be worried, yeah, you'd look back to the Iginla and Bouwmeester deals. But that was a shitty management team and a team that didn't draft well.
I'll throw this one on here because I see Brad, who's looks like he's loving up. He's in love there. Good for you, Brad. Brad says, and when I said, is anybody upset about Lindholm leaving? He says, I am. You donkeys are going to bitch when the penalty kill is crap. No good face-offs, huge holes. You're wrong, lover boy. I don't give a shit about the rest of this season. Give up a goal every goddamn power play. That's the best thing for them. Lose every game from now on in. Just play the kids, lose them all. Best case scenario.
So what I want you to imagine, guys, what I want you to imagine, this team, but with a bad power play. Oh, okay. We have that.
Power play might be good now.
Like if the penalty kill struggles or they don't win faceoffs.
Kuzmenko. Did they tell this guy not to score till next year?
We need to get, and this is Rhett, just could you put it earmuffs?
Yeah.
We gotta get Rhett keeps calling him Kuzmenkov.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta figure out a way for him to drop that V at the end at some point.
Can we get RJ Jack just to cut his mic right as it gets to the end? And then he just make up.
Yeah.
Close.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Okay, good.
Okay,
come on back, Brett.
So you were saying about the
new player.
The new player, what was it going to be?
I forget his first name. Kuzmenkov.
Andre. I stepped on you. Sorry. Go ahead.
What? Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Kuzmenkov.
Let's just call him the Giant. That might be a nickname that sticks. I don't know how big he is, but
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, for the giant return they got for Lindholm, obviously.
Now we're kind of having some fun with Brad there, but yeah, there's a chance their face-off numbers are going to go down. Maybe the penalty kill struggles, but it just seems like, and it's easy to fall in love with this because there's no expectations right now. And they're going to be young and they're getting draft picks and it's going to be great, except it isn't always great. And sometimes there are some very tough times that go hand in hand with that.
Sometimes it's a decade. See Buffalo.
Yeah. So
I still think that's whatever. I guess it's an example, but
go ahead. What?
Never happened in the history of the game before.
No, it's true. It's the worst case scenario and it's a very different setup.
And they lost a bingo ball that would have changed.
Yeah, they would have
everything.
They tanked hard for McDavid, and it didn't happen. So yeah, and if I may on the face-off thing, just really quickly.
No, it's not even. I think he's just saying that without.
No, I know, but everyone gets so freaking obsessed with face-offs, and it doesn't mean shit. Like he's at 55.5%. Let's say you brought someone in that's at 51%. You're telling me he's going to win 3 more face-offs out of 100?
Well, I mean, let's go
2
past
more face-offs out of 100. Like 2 out of 100. That's what people are worried about. 100 faceoffs. How many games of faceoffs? You're telling me 1 faceoff win a week is the difference between Lindholm and a league average guy?
I will poke a hole in your argument. I'll poke a hole.
Fire.
Yes, if the faceoff matters.
But this is the whole point. Many of them don't. So you're right. You definitely want to win that faceoff when there's 10 seconds left. You're down 6-on-4, empty net behind them. You're up 1. But I mean, if we're really going to say there's a huge drop from Lindholm to the next guy, it's like, let's just not put so much weight in 1 more face-off win a week. A week.
Big face-off.
I think it's fair to suggest that they will probably, in terms of overall skill, have less on the ice without Elias Lindholm here. But
certainly down the middle.
We know what they were with Elias.
Yeah.
Let's see what they are without Elias. And this year now, I just think everybody is so just enamored with the thought that ownership is going to let Craig and Cheryl, whoever is calling shots in there, do what you think is best. Go ahead. If you want to sign this, sign them, just go ahead. Now, maybe this was an easy one because I never heard that there was really any contract negotiation between Lindholm or the Flames. Did you over the last year?
Not since the summer. It felt like
Really?
summer was kind of the last, wasn't it? And even Craig had said when we chatted with him from early in the year, it was clear that,
Remember?
we weren't going to meet.
Remember
Craig
when he
said,
met
we got
with,
a number we can't get beyond. He's got a number that he won't go below. It just wasn't going to happen. Like, what negotiation is there to have?
remember when it was the season's opening golf tournament, and they
Yeah.
asked Hanifin, oh, what about, yeah. And it was Lindholm. I don't talk to my agent, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like, oof. All right. Well, that's
Doesn't it? Sorry, but
not a warm fuzzy.
Doesn't it feel like he's been pissy since those guys left?
Kind of, but I also think we can read too much into people's body language when we don't know them or know how they're acting in the room. But if you could convince me that is the case, I just wouldn't state it like a fact. That's all.
Well, he hasn't been good since they left.
Not really. Offensively, certainly not. And they haven't won a ton, so it's like he shouldn't be thrilled, should he? But yeah, he sort of came in waves this year where it's like, oh, is he back? And then you're like, oh, no, he's not really back. And then he had a good little run.
And I don't think Flames fans, would be upset to see him put up points in Vancouver, would they? Is that oh man, that's so hard to watch? I don't know. I guess if it's a Flames versus Canucks thing, but
if the Canucks are in round 2 and he wins them game 7 and that pick moves up around, yeah. No, I think
who would Flames fans rather see? Who would Flames fans rather see win if it's the Western Conference Final, Vancouver, Edmonton?
Yeah, they're going to be same division, but Vancouver by a mile. Absolutely not Edmonton.
Like who? Yeah, I guess it would be. So who would they rather see advance, Vancouver or Edmonton?
Vancouver, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. And that's your condition, is if they get to the Western Final, which would theoretically be they're in a Pacific Division Final, the winner goes to the West Final. That could be them and Edmonton, very, very realistically.
I'm okay with it.
100%.
Yeah.
And look, when the Oilers were in their decade of darkness, and the Canucks had Bieksa and Burrows and LaPierre and Kessler and all those shits that drove you nuts, you might have felt the other way. But right now, not even close. They've been so irrelevant for the last 8 years. They made the playoffs once in there during the bubble. Like, there's no ill will towards Vancouver.
No. So it's travel time. They are off. It is the road trip to start the post All-Star break. The lengthy, cushy All-Star break that they had. They'll open in Boston. Craig Conroy is with the team on this trip. He has work to do, but I think as we've talked about for a while, it's it's nut cutting time when it comes to what's up with Noah Hanifin. If you were asking, tell us All-Star break when it's done. Let's get together. Let's figure it out. If he doesn't have an answer, he needs one here. Toot sweet. So I would think that this is where, while we may not know, although we're very deep inside the organization with our tentacles, we're right in there. Sure. But even we may not know. But I think Craig is going to have a definitive answer. Right now.
And that's an ask from the team. The player has no obligation to give them any answer.
Then you trade
thing to do, right? Yeah,
that's your answer.
No answer is an answer.
Yeah.
Sign or buy,
and that's fine. If you can't give us, if you're not ready to sign, that's great. That's unfortunate. We'd like to sign you, but then that puts me in the position where we're having to move you. Yeah. If there's a deal to be done, then let's get back to it. We had the framework of a deal, a month ago, 6 weeks ago. If that still works, then we revisit that. But how different can it be, right?
I think it was back in October before they went 2-7-1 to start.
Yeah, I
was close.
Long ways
and
back.
then it was like, ooh. Everyone's just sort of backed off a bit, which makes sense for both sides. It's like, do I want to sign up for this kind of shit? Oh my God, it's been bad. Yeah. And the team's like, are we really locking up the core of a 2-7-1 team? Like, no.
Well, and I still like Frank's, and you've picked up on it, his point about it, and you're echoing that there's nothing that's going to change as far as knowledge about the team or about the player. They know everything. Both sides know everything. They've already said no to getting this done. Does that probably says more than we're focusing on.
He turned down $60 million.
He said no
to be in.
Yeah, and I don't think he'll get floated 60 on a deal ever again in his career. It's substantial to say that he's turned down $60 million for a thing he knows.
We go to the Insider Hotline. It's a presentation of TELUS. You can enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games, awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase necessary. All you need to do is fill out a quick survey to enter for your chance to win. Go online, TELUS.com/Flames contest. And there he is. Speak of the devil. Frank Seravalli joins us here in his usual spot on a Monday. We were, I guess, rehashing the Noah Hanifin discussion. It's not a lot's changed. I don't like having the same discussions, but the Flames are going to need to know by the time the All-Star break is over what Noah Hanifin wants to do. And here we are. They're in Boston, which is, I don't think it has anything to do with it, but there's something apropos about it. He's back home, maybe some time to sit down with family and have a real talk. $60 million is what he turned down. I wonder if it's still there from Craig Conroy and the Flames. I kind of feel like it probably would be, but it's hard to say. It's nut cutting time for the Flames and Hanifin here.
It is. It's go time because the Flames are out of time to really then begin working the market. Not to say it can't materialize in a week, but no one wants to be sweating when you don't have to. And so that's sort of where they're at. They need an answer one way or the other. You say nut cutting time, I'd say shit or get off the pot.
It all works. Yeah, whichever analogy you want to use. I'm curious about it. I think right now, because the Lindholm trade is done, I said this the other day, and I don't know if it really impacts things with just from a fan's perspective. I think now people are starting to think in terms of the future, younger players, draft picks, who's next, the next iteration of the team. Noah Hanifin can be part of that, but you already have a few guys here that are going to be part of that kind of by default because of their contracts. And you throw Huberdeau in there, obviously, at the top of that list. I don't think you mind having Weegar in there. Kadri maybe somewhere in the middle. I think for me, I think it would be hard to slide that contract back across the table to Hanifin if I'm Craig. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't. You already gave me your answer. I don't think it was a no. I think it was just a not right now. And that's unless the calculus is changing and unless you're willing to take way less. Like the offer, I gave you my best offer. It's not going to be as good the next time around. And the reason for that is I need to minimize my risk. But I'm pretty cutthroat when I think about it that way. And that's kind of how I think about business. But not everyone's the same way. And I frankly, more than Craig Conroy, I'd be really curious to see or know what Mary Edwards thinks about that. Because that's not something that probably would have went over really well with him.
No.
The spurning of the contract.
Well, especially
Hanifin,
with the Gaudreau and how all that shit played out too. Like there's going to be some bitter memories in it.
As there should be.
Yeah. And Craig said he wasn't going to walk anybody to free agency. So I think he's thus far been true to his word. And I think he feels pretty good about the trades that he's made.
By the way, so take all those 3 trades and mash up the returns to Foley, Zadorov, and now Lindholm. The exciting part is really then piling on 2 more. Like it depends on how you look at it. And I say all the time, if you're scared, get a dog. But instead of worrying about, and I mentioned that I think Shillington coming back, provided that you think you can re-sign him, I think that changes the calculus a little bit on Hanifin. Instead of thinking about what you don't have, think about what you could have moving forward. And you see the shot in the arm that some of the young guys have provided this year with this team. That's what you really should be getting excited about.
Yeah, and look, Hanifin might be the ticket to get you the young center that you're missing. Hanifin might be the ticket to get you a young defenseman that could blossom into a top 4 defenseman. Never mind the picks and stuff, because we've seen in these deals Connie's made, he's not afraid to take cuts on guys in their young to mid-20s, not just picks.
As they need. Like this is not a tear it down to the studs rebuild. I've been saying that for months upon months. Somehow it became news when other people mentioned it last week that they're not this is not 6 to 8 years. This is a 2 to 3 year turnaround that the Calgary Flames are trying to be vaulted back into playoff position and trying to compete and contend for a Stanley Cup. It's you cannot possibly do it if you're taking all futures. That's why I loved, when you consider the Kuzmenko part of what they got, that's the best, sort of, if you're going to make a bunch of hope bets, taking a guy who's already scored 39 and 74 and trying to drag that out of him again. He's already done it once, rather than some unknown somewhere playing in another league that's 18 and you're trying to project what he might be when he's 23.
Yeah.
And Hanifin is on the younger side of guys who can qualify for unrestricted. You could give him a 7 or 8 year deal and you still feel like he's going to be fine. But man, the road to hockey hell is paved with teams that give guys contracts because they think they can't live without them, or how are we going to fill that hole? Or he's been good for us, or what? He's good in the room. And then 2 years later, they're buying him out. It seems like there's so few examples of those deals where guys or teams pay up for guys in their late 20s, and that was a sound investment. It so rarely is.
That's not my concern with Hanifin. It's not that his play would drop off or he's got great feet. Like, my concern with Hanifin is that 2 years in, he's saying, hey, like, we're in a tough spot. Our team is not getting where we need to be. I want a chance to win. And more than that, I want to play in the US. He was hemming and hawing already. Calgary, the location of the team isn't changing. So fish or cut bait. That's where I'm at.
I was going to ask the boys a little either before or after, but I'll ask you. Is there any part of you that would consider trying to re-sign Tanev even on obviously a shorter term deal? But is there any, depending on, unless the deal is so great you do it, but is there part because he's good in the room and he's a veteran guy, and if Hanifin's gone?
What did you just say?
Well, I'm not talking
what? Why would
6
you?
years, but
for what? To be the number 4 on a 21st place team?
Probably, like, I think I know the answer. I just thought I'd throw it out just because I know how much they respect him and love him, and how, you talk to guys and they love what he does for some of the younger players, and there's going to be younger players kicking around.
The Shillington thing was big too. I'm not advocating for it, but I could see them getting, like, this could be a tough one for them. Just like Shillington was an 8 in the system before Daryl put him with Tanev 1 year, and he was a legit top 4 defenseman. And I don't think that's all on Shillington, but I just think, what are the odds that there's any winning while he's here on a short-term deal?
Not very high.
And so is that what he wants? And then what are you doing? Yeah.
What are the odds that he misses? The way he plays is not going to continue on forever, that he's playing 93% of the games like he has on this contract. It's just a fact of life. Mm-hmm. Father Time is undefeated.
And I mean, it's to the point that you're almost concerned about the next 4 weeks. That's
why I think the Flames would be better off pulling the trigger sooner rather than later, and or going into, hey, we're holding this player out for trade asset protection reasons, because the slope, it kind of goes like this in a hurry.
And I think the question about Tanev isn't about whether he can be your number 4 or help Shillington or the good guy or this or that. It's, what do you get? You need something what are you getting in return? Right? Like, it's not about helping you win right now, and you're going to have guys that can play in the NHL, but you got an asset that you can get something for and hopefully turn it into something. If you wait 3-4 years, that's going away.
Well, Pinder says my market evaluations and analysis are shit. So
no, I don't. I just thought it was a dumb deal for Monahan. You're right. God.
I think Tanev is a second-round pick.
Plus or just a second?
I think they could potentially get a second-round pick and some kind of low-level prospect, and maybe if they're in a good spot, that condition could become a first if X, Y, and Z happen.
Sure. Yeah. We don't need to go down that path again. I mean, we'll see. The market will.
Why? Because you owe me a
itself.
Mortgage payment? Is that why?
No, because I definitely didn't agree to a mortgage payment.
It's all right. I met Rhett for the first time in person this week, and he still didn't come through. The LCBO right down the street, nothing.
Rhett's debts is actually in the Pinder Report. It's not now, Frank. Sorry, I can't do that segment here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
He still owes me 100.
By
I
the
just
way-
saw him in person.
Rhett, he's a younger man in person than I would have envisioned. He's looking pretty good.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate
What did you
the
think he
help.
looked like?
I don't know. I mean, he's significantly older than me, and yet he looks
He looks
significantly
lean.
younger.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
looking fit
Ice
today.
He's
baths,
a
Frank. Ice
musky
baths.
buck. Yeah, he's a real
in
buck.
the Hoff.
EMF lights. You gotta get some of those.
Brett looks like he kind of takes care of himself.
I attempt, and then I get lazy at night and eat a cheesecake.
That's exactly it.
As we all do.
Does,
but,
and then he
yeah.
has a huge banana peel slip that undoes all his work that he's done the first 19 hours he's been awake.
For him, it's a cheesecake. For me, it's a cheese steak. I mean, we all have our
Whatever it is, yeah. Yeah.
He'll just eat a vat of Cool Whip, like multiple. He'll just house them.
And which
It
is
just worked
odd
out
because
for
I don't
everybody.
like sugar. I don't.
He doesn't like
sugar.
sweets. Yeah, he doesn't like sweets, but yet
I think you might.
I was,
Can we tell
Just
the
be-
story about the code or no?
oh, I don't care. Yeah, it's
Please, yes. I'm hoping to.
It's
because
the
now
story.
I've
It's
been
it's
caught into this
the
shit.
just continues to go.
Oh,
We got a lot of people watching. I don't.
Okay,
wanna-
so
we'll talk
I'll
about
give you the quick background. 30 seconds.
people
Yeah,
want to hear
we
about
need to.
hockey.
On our
Sorry.
way back from Jasper, I left my Canada Goose coat in Boom's truck. And I called him 10 minutes after we departed, and he was already going his way south of the city, and I was going out to the airport. And I said, hey, I left my coat in your truck. Is there any chance, instead of you driving back, could you just bring it to Toronto? So he bitches about how he has to bring a checked bag instead of a carry-on because my coat is so goddamn big, blah, 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 blah. And then he sends me a text. He goes, hey, I left it in the back of the studio next to the water cooler. So I walk in, I'm like, all right, I'll get my coat, bring it back to my room. I'll fly home with it. And I see this Canada Goose coat and I call him on the phone. I said, is this guy fucking with me? What is happening right now? So it turns out instead of bringing my coat, he brought his wife's coat and had to check his bag
which is
for
nowhere
his
near the
wife's coat
size
that
of
he
Frank.
already owned.
Like Frank's is like down to his knees. It's a huge bleeping Batman cape, and this one's like cinched in the middle and clearly a lady's cut. Like, how fucking blind are you, Boom? This is brutal.
It's black and mine is blue.
Yes.
Boom.
What time was our flight, Ryan? 7 o'clock. So it's like 4. You're getting up early.
You're up at
And
2
I'm just-
every day.
I'm throwing stuff in the bag. I'm making sure if I got stuff that I need, and then I need this coat. So the last time I saw it, it was in the laundry room where we come in from the garage. I walk in, first thing I see, and it's not like the lights are on. I'm half asleep. I see a dark jacket with a Canada Goose thing on the arm. Okay, there's this. I gotta go. I throw it in the bag, close the bag up. The Uber's waiting. This and whole thing, and it's. So I've
I
still
was
got-
waiting. I should have put it on and I should have done the fat
Yes, yes.
guy in a little coat.
So I still have your bloody coat.
You
No,
do.
I have it. And now I have to transfer it to
No,
you.
I got his.
Oh, that's true,
parka.
too.
Yeah, but
I have your
Pinder at
wife's
least
coat.
brought your wife's coat back because I was figuring Calgary, February might actually need
Well,
it.
yeah,
That is.
she does appreciate that.
Minus
by the
11
way.
today.
She's
Yeah.
appreciative of that. So, what did we learn in Toronto? Aside, obviously, there was the we're having Olympic hockey. There's this 4 Nations deal that they're going to do. Rhett and I talked briefly about it. People are very excited, and I'm sure I'll get more excited for it. But it's there's some people very excited about it. Best on Best is back, and it's on. So
Yeah, I mean it's not best on best because David Pasternak and Leon Draisaitl and all of the Russians, they're not playing. So it's not true best on best, but it is the best Americans, Canadians, Finns, and Swedes. I love the idea. Like, first off, bringing it back, bringing some international hockey back was way overdue. Like, we needed it.
Mhm.
It's not what I would have done. Like, I think the better play would have been have Canada and the US play a 5-game series, best of 5. And at the same time in Europe, Sweden and Finland playing a best of 5 and Czechia playing Slovakia,
100%.
Germany
Yes.
playing Switzerland.
yeah.
Pick a nation. I mean, we really care about Canada and the US, and rightfully so after so long. We've got the women's rivalry series, which has been incredibly popular. the Four Nations Challenge, like, does anyone really care if you win? Like, it's a thing that's never going to exist again. And more than that, the fact that we might only get one Canada-US game in that stretch, that's what's disappointing. It's obviously no guarantee they meet in the one game winner take all final. I just want as many of these two going head to head that I can possibly get.
I'm trying to understand from a player's perspective. I get Marty Walsh, right? So we've got to do this. Yeah. Okay. But are they the Olympics? The boys want to go play. They want to win a gold medal. I got a feeling that there'll be guys showing up at this event going, oh, son of
no, there's no way.
Yes, they will.
Who? You ain't making the team if that's your mindset.
It's good. I'll stay home.
See,
for what? To win the Four Nations?
Have you guys seen Rudy?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
And you know when he goes, you have just summed up your career in one sentence? That was you right there, Rhett.
No boy.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. I was focused. I tried to win a Stanley Cup.
He was offended that they did. He was so far down the list on the World Championship invite that he said no.
Honestly, if I had to pick a side, I would lean more towards Rhett. I think that for Connor McDavid, I want to put on a Canadian jersey and I want to play. Let's go. And then when you get there and you realize what it is, it's good, but it's not the Olympics, right? What I'm surprised
better than none is the calculus that we've arrived at.
You put out just right there. It was no one in a boardroom along all the discussions that were had. Did no one bring up what you just threw out there? That what about this? Is there a fear that maybe this happens because I don't know. It's happening.
I can't answer for that. Like, I mean, this league time and time again cannot get out of its own way. So
sorry, Frank, I'm interrupting, but I think it's 7 out of 10 people that have reached out about this have said, "Oh, how hokey! This is lame."
Hokey was the last one when it was a birth date team.
You don't get to decide what's hokey for everyone.
No, I know, but in hindsight, none of that's either coming back.
Most people I've talked to are like, "Come on, really?"
I think what I'm excited about, and I hope I speak for a lot of fans, is that the greatest rivalry in hockey right now would probably be USA and Canada, and we haven't seen it. And that's a huge, huge missed opportunity for everyone. And the fact that we're going to start to get it is huge. I think about
only big for
brothers,
Canada and the
Hughes
US.
brothers.
It's not
That's
big
not true.
for the world.
You don't think it'd be big for Sweden and Finland?
Massive neighboring countries competing. Yeah,
100% it will be.
But I just think Canada, USA can be so special.
To Pinder's point, saying that everyone wants to watch Canada to US play is just not true. Canadians,
that's most of the superstars in the league, right? You realize that
Canadians and Americans want to watch those two teams play. The rest of the world doesn't give a shit. The Swedes,
no, I think hockey fans would. Yeah,
well, they'll watch it, but we watch anything. I'm telling you, the people I've talked to, they'll watch it. They're not excited about it.
So here's the calculus, and it's the only one that matters. We can talk about format and whatever else. Some is better than none. And we've had none since 2014 is the last true best on best. We're going to go all the way till 2026 to get the next true best on best in the Olympics. This isn't it, but I'd rather some in 2025 than none.
You have a hard out, to use the terminology here in a couple minutes. Beyond that, anything come up? Discussions, obviously with hockey getting back on the ice here, things are going to start to ratchet up. The trade deadline a month away. Wins become bigger, losses become even larger. It's the race here now post All-Star. What do you got? Breaking news? You got a Frank bomb?
No, I was reading the statement again from Lanny McDonald. That cardiac event is certainly scary. So glad to see he's doing well.
So yes,
that off the top of the show.
Anything else, Frank, from Toronto and the All-Star break?
No. I think, look, we're meeting where the rubber meets the road. We are 31 days away, and it's go time for the Penguins. It's go time on Hanifin. It's go time on a couple teams that are in the mix but trying to determine how aggressive they will be. If you're the Oilers after 16 straight wins, how much do you need to do? And more to the point, with a thin market, how much really makes sense, even if you want to be aggressive? So the market really thinned out in a big way with the top 2 guys off of our trade targets board last week. And it's, I think you're going to see teams start to get creative in other ways now.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you, pal. Let you get to that 12:55 Eastern.
See you guys. And thanks for the code. I apologize for the
stay warm.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, stay warm. Perfect. That's the Insider Hotline, brought to you by TELUS, using world-leading technology to drive meaningful change, from transforming healthcare and making the food supply more sustainable to reducing our environmental footprint, connecting Canadians in need. The most giving company in the world, making the future friendly. Learn more at TELUS.com/givesback. No, it's one of those things you don't want to go out here and say something without checking first.
Don't say anything, because that's
from dailyfaceoff.com. Stephen Ellis, in a statement on his Instagram account on Monday, NHL legend Lanny McDonald said he is currently in the hospital after suffering a cardiac arrest at the Calgary International Airport on Sunday. He was heading home from the All-Star weekend.
I can read you the release. This is from Lanny's Instagram. It's true that even old tough guys need some help sometimes. Today, I want to extend my overwhelming gratitude to my many members of our community. After spending a weekend wowed by hockey's best at the All-Star game in Toronto, I had a cardiac event after arriving back at the Calgary airport yesterday. 2 selfless nurses who were passing by to catch their own flights immediately jumped into action. In the rush of the moment, Ardell wasn't able to get their names, but we are eternally grateful for their care and action. I owe them my life. Further, to the incredible team of first responders from the Calgary Airport Police, Calgary Paramedics, Calgary Fire, and WestJet, I wish I could thank you all personally, as I know there were many involved. They provided the highest degree of support, kindness, and professionalism, and I am humbled to have been the recipient of their speed and expertise. Now, here at the hospital, the amazing care continues. Every nurse and doctor better than the next. So yes, that's the type of news when you see it in passing. It can buckle you. So T's and P's, prayers for our buddy Lanny, as he is in good hands.
That's Lanny through and through. Just could you be more kind and caring of others in the spot where we're worried about him? That's incredible. What a guy. Hope he's a speedy recovery for him.
Yeah, get well, pal. Because man, he doesn't know anything but overdrive, right?
Totally.
I'm going to Montana. I'm going to the Arctic with the Cup. I'll go to the Hall of Fame. I'll go here. I'm at hockey games left, right, and center. I'm at kids' games. So he's the man. Everybody loves Lanny. No doubt about that.
Me snowboarding like 2 winters ago. We had him on talking about that. You're like, you're an animal. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He's the 27-year-old we all wish we could be. Is what it comes down to. We are getting towards it. Valentine's Day on the 14th. Just another gentle reminder. Vina Nova. Vina Nova's been there right from the beginning. They've been waiting. Just because you haven't got your act together yet, Justin. They're sitting there. Whenever you guys are ready, you guys come on in. We'll take care of you. It's lab-grown diamonds. It's just the way you do business now when it comes to jewelry and diamonds and rings and earrings and all of that. Lab-grown diamond specialists. It's all they do, and they are experts in it. Second floor on Stephen Avenue Place. Online, vinanova.com. What is lab-grown diamonds? What is this thing? Well, it's grown in a lab. Chemical composition, crystal structure, the same as an earth mine diamond. You're getting the same product, sometimes even better, for huge savings, 60, 70, sometimes 80% less than what you will pay for a mined diamond. And it'll be pristine and perfect, and your significant other is going to love it, and then by connection, love you. Don't you want to be loved? Don't we all want to be loved? I feel like we do. vinanova.com. And again, second level in the downtown showroom on the Stephen Avenue Place. Beautiful spot. Get it done. Just do it.
Do it.
Hurry up. Do it.
Might be double flowers for me here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, you had some fences that needed mending. Is that fair to say?
Some would say that. Others would liken it to rubble of a tower. That fence seems very insignificant.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Rhett.
Right up there.
Vina, no.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
We have an answer for you.
Justin, I'm going to need your help again.
Jack, run a poll. Find out who wants to watch this shitty, stupid 4 clubs tournament. Whatever the hell it's called.
But here's the thing. I know how it goes. We're not excited. And I think, and especially on social media where everything is going to, I hate this. We hate that. We hate you. We hate them. That whole thing. Everyone's going to watch it when it's on because
if we get Canada, USA, it'll be awesome.
No,
but
it won't.
We just need more of that. That's all. I'm not saying the tournament's the greatest format ever, but it'll be a little bit of an appetizer for the Olympics.
Right.
And honestly, I look at the American and Canadian rosters and I'm like, oh my God, this would be the greatest hockey game we could ever watch in terms of skill. Not even close. Go put it next to the 2002 rosters. Like, it's just insanity how skilled these two groups are. McDavid, Crosby, theoretically Bedard, like McKinnon. What are we talking about here? You don't want to watch that team play? Of course we do. Do we think the tournament's perfect? No, but you want to watch that team play.
You're right. I'll give you that. It's like Frank said,
it's the prize at the end of it
that flower vase with the trumpet in it, like that weird trophy.
and how effing hard is it just to come up with something better? Like Frank just did it off the top of his head.
Yeah. The problem is they're trying to cram it in an all-star break, and I think that's dumb. I think they should do it in September and have a 2-3 week tournament. If you're trying to do it in 10 days, you don't allow rivalries to build. You don't get a best of 3. You don't get the nastiness that you need in a tournament.
It's the unwinnable fight, really.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it after the season or before the season. You can't do it in season. And the players want to do it, but the teams don't want to do it. But, they all want to go to the Olympics. You can't win until it's the Olympics. Right. Yeah. Then it's real.
And it might be like soccer where the Olympics are an afterthought and the World Cup is the big thing, but it's going to take a lot of really good events run by the NHL and the PA and like decades to pass before it'll get there. It's
still going to be hard because there's not enough teams even, you get the odd team that shows up, but most of the time, the top countries. So
you could do 8 countries, but I think Russia's the big issue right now because you can't have them in anything.
But why not? I mean, the World Cup is not every year.
No, it's every 4.
So why? Yeah. So if you have this World Cup type of event, if you don't want to go to the Olympics, which is stupid, like you already have, I get the IIHF's a pain in the ass and you don't want to deal with them. I get all that, but it's once every 4 years. Look at your fucking schedule and go, okay, it's in 4 years. So on this season, we're going to operate our schedule just a little bit differently.
And that's the plan. It's just that it's been so long and it's an Olympic year in 2 years that it's like, we just want to get one in. I think is sort of,
but here's the issue I have, whatever, I'm talking out my ass now, but it's a bit of a Gary versus Goodnow scenario. Yeah. Because Gary Bettman's not going to get told how hockey's run. And the IIHF is not going to get told how hockey's run. So you got 2 asswipes that won't listen to each other. Right.
So the other thing is too, and I would imagine if you were in Bettman's shoes, and if whatever the IOC or whatever, if you're gonna, so we are going to send our players, our NHL players, to your event, and you're going to make all of the money off of it.
Yeah.
And we're providing the talent for it. Mm-hmm. No, we're not down with that. Let's think of another way to do it. So I get why. And meanwhile, all your players like, we want to go to the Olympics. We want to do this. How many tries do you get to do this in your career? So I do see why it's the quagmire that it is.
Yeah, it's tough to do. And I think that's why they really want this World Cup to take off, is because then you don't have to deal with the IOC. Then you don't have to deal with the IIHF. It's strictly an NHL and a PA event. And listening to Gary chat with the new head of the PA, Marty Walsh, like there's a much better relationship. It's a much more collaborative environment than it has been, at least from the outside looking in.
Just hope that it's good for the players.
I agree. And Marty's been a guy that's been a consensus builder. Like he's worked on, getting deals done on both sides of the aisle politically in the States is almost impossible to do these days.
Don't read all your newspaper bullshit, Pinder.
Yeah, he was the mayor of Boston, and he's been a union guy, and he's gotten deals done with Republicans. He's a Democrat. Like this is not your typical PA head, is all I'm saying.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, most guys had come from a legal, like burn it down to the ground, our way or the highway, and that's what Goodenow was. That's where this bitter battle began.
Are you suggesting that maybe they're in cahoots? That maybe Gary and Marty?
I think there's reason to be fearful of that.
Marty Bird.
Well, and what the Bruins owner Jacobs had donated to a mayoral campaign, but I think that's at first glance. I think he's got.
I just don't like all the unsavory things that go on in the world today. Why can't we just all be honest and good?
You just want a good cup of coffee.
I just want a cup of coffee in the morning.
just
have
a cup of coffee.
That's all I want. Just a cup of coffee.
Want some best on best at night.
Yeah. I just want to wake up at 3 a.m. and have my cup of coffee.
Wasn't even 3 a.m. Gosh. What we're talking about. I wonder if I can. This was the text from my wife this morning.
Oh, good.
Something about the jacket I'm guessing.
Good morning. Could you please have something ready for our daughter to eat for supper when she gets home? She's got ringette. The dog threw up something in the bedroom on the carpet last night. Could you get the green machine to clean it up? Also, are you able to take on Wednesday? She has another ringette game. Are you able to? Just a cup of coffee.
That's all you want.
I'll clean up the vomit. I'll make the dinner. I'll drive the kids.
Can I have a coffee first?
I just would like a cup of coffee. That's all it was. That's it. It's too much to ask. It's too much to ask. Let's do the Pinder Report. It's a presentation of Village Honda located in the Northwest Auto Mall, online at villagehonda.com. The 2024 Honda Accord, redesigned last year, chosen by Car and Driver magazine as the #1 mid-sized sedan. One of the most reliable vehicles on the road, is now better than ever. Superior ride quality, reliability, and impressive fuel economy thanks to that EXL hybrid inside the Honda Accord. Check it out at Village Honda. They're your dealership for life, and they present the Pinder Report.
Fellas, big waiver claim for the Calgary Flames on the weekend is Braden Pahal is now a right shot defenseman for the Calgary Flames. That's one of numerous roster moves that they've made, stretching back to prior to the 10-day break and now coming out of it with a game tomorrow against Boston. Newcomers, Jacob Pelche is back from the A. The Rune Dog, buried by Daryl a few years ago and suffered an injury earlier this year. He's an NHLer again. And Cole Schwint, of course, will come back with their need at center ice. Of note, Matthew Coronado still down in the American League after entering the 10-day break as a member of the big club.
It's at the All-Star game.
Of changes. He was at the All-Star game yesterday. And get this, why don't we jump a little forward here? Prior to the All-Star game, Matt Coronado had one game left against the Ontario Reign, where he ran into another budding young prospect, Brant Clark.
From the wall, a shot was fended off by Portillo. Clark will drop the gloves here. Brant Clark and Coronado, two guys that are going to be on the same team in the All-Star game in a couple days, dropping the gloves and exchanging punches here in the Reign zone. This is the first fight of Brant Clark's pro career, and the two of them go down to the right.
Did not see that in his profile, and he looks decent there. Brant Clark did not. He was blooding badly. He was leaking. A massive welt under the eye. I did not see that from Coronado. I thought that's getting you a call back up, isn't it?
Well, maybe not.
Maybe a little time off after the All-Star thing.
Yeah, I think he'll join the team for sure.
All-Star game. Yeah. Back to Pahal. This is a very interesting defenseman, and when I saw his name on waivers, I thought, okay, the Flames already thin on the blue line. Australia's not looked very good. Gilbert has struggled since coming back from injury and his limited action. You're probably going to move a Tanev. You may also be moving a Hanifin. He's a right shot D. He's 24. He was at Flames development camp in 2018, back when he was playing with the Prince Albert Raiders. He was a captain in the Western League. He spent the last 2 years as captain of the Henderson Silver Knights, Vegas' affiliate. He was in the lineup against Calgary when they played in Vegas a few months ago. Asked around, people seem to think he's an NHLer. There's your claim. They need a right shot guy for the third pair. It has not been pretty with either Osterley or Gilbert on the right side. And Dino, this is a pretty interesting find. 24 years old, turns 25 this summer, 6'2", 205. He's an Estevan, Saskatchewan product.
Don't forget, he's a Sasker.
He's a Sasker.
And he's a cup winner. He got his name on the cup last year as being part of the Vegas organization, and enough involvement for them to engrave his name on the damn thing. I don't mind this at all.
I think you're maybe a little overly excited, but yes, there's reason why you would pick him up. You are thin. You lost D. Simone. You may lose a couple others. You're going on a road trip, and yeah, beyond that, he's 24, shoots right. He's a Western kid,
and he's got character. He's a captain.
And from what I understand, he's very excited to be a Flame.
Very good.
He is excited.
This is him leaving Vegas. Got the big hugs for the fellas. That organization he's been with since leaving junior in the Western League with Prince Albert. And look, again, I'm not here to suggest that this guy's going to be a top four defenseman, but if he can just be better than Jordan Osterley, that's an upgrade for this team,
is he
right?
on waivers?
They're deep on D, and they're probably getting healthy.
William Karlsson was injured. He was coming back.
How do you gun the captain? Just throw him on waivers.
Maybe they thought he'd get through. I don't know. But I was shocked that he was available. That's a good player that I think could be a 6-7. But Craig,
I hope it's one of those things where where the timing was just right. You had a need when somebody else was trying to maybe slide him through. You could argue that maybe they were a little unlucky with Rosie,
Simone,
with Rosichka, when
sure. Yep.
Right. So maybe it comes back around. 24 years old. He's got lots of time to prove himself for sure.
Indeed. Elsewhere, we heard Craig Conroy in his chat with us on Barn Burner in Toronto about the need to find younger centermen. We know that Kadri's a center. We certainly know that Michael Backlund's a center. Beyond that, there's a lot of question marks around the organization. They did bring Rooney up, who can play the middle. We did see Igor Sharangovich play the middle of the fourth line very early in the season. Cole Schwint is a center, but an interesting bit of reading for you up at FlamesNation.ca. Ryan Pike there with the 6 centers the Flames should consider acquiring. And these aren't just 6 young star centers. These are guys that on the teams they're at, probably just an awkward slotting, probably available because they're good, but they're not playing as much as they probably deserve to be. A victim of the numbers game, whatever it is. Intriguing read at FlamesNation.ca, where Dino today, they crossed the 1 million impression mark for 2024. We are just into February. So tip of the cap to them. It's the fastest they've ever done it. And Piker, keep up the great work with your crew over at FlamesNation.ca.
How about it?
About it. And back to the hockey. There are still some games left for the Flames to play. Let's remind everyone where they stand or where they fall in the old inverse standings. Dino, there we have it. Chicago's looking good at the top. San Jose and Anaheim right there. Columbus turned around a little bit since coming through Calgary. Ottawa, do you got a little run in you?
Ottawa and Mini, they got to come together here.
Come on, you
yes.
guys. Hey,
Montreal just showed Monahan. Come on now. Come on, guys. Buffalo, could you pull up your socks?
It's not good in Buffalo. Samuelson's out for the year. We got some injury bugs going on. Not good here.
They just listened to you on that Hanifin Markstrom deal. I tell you, they'd be nowhere here. Out of this picture entirely. So that is the Flames story. Again, it's Boston tomorrow. It's the first of a 4-game roadie. The Devils Thursday. The Islanders, a matinee on the weekend. And then Monday on Broadway against the Rangers. 4 games, 4 teams above 500, 2 legit cup contenders, maybe a third if the Devils can get some goaltending. See what they're made of.
Be a good road trip.
For places to
You
go.
get some soup, some chowder, and some lobster rolls in Boston. Where else are they going?
It's hard to play.
Jersey?
I can tell you from experience that after your 4th bowl of chowder and the bread bowl,
slows you down.
A lot of bread. That's heavy.
You need 48 minimum before you can try.
48.
48.
36. Okay, I'll do 36. You need a full day and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe back.
Let's say you're playing at noon on Sunday. You're saying Friday morning you can hammer the chowder, Friday night, but you need that full recovery. Friday, all of Saturday, then you're ready to go Sunday.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's
heavy.
Those crackers, retro. Those
oyster crackers.
The bread bowl.
This would
Then
be
you
a trip.
slide into New York. Maybe a great Big fat deli sandwich, some matzo ball soup, maybe some thin crust pizza.
Got it. Massive slice. Pepperoni. Fold it in half. Hammer it. And this is a 2-city trip, really, guys. You can base camp in New York for all your tri-state area teams, and Boston's Boston. This is a 2-hotel 4-game trip. This is a good one if you like being on the road, fellas.
Here's the problem, though. Haven't they been on the road for a week?
I don't know what they did. I feel like most of them got a week in Mexico, and then you probably tried to get a couple skates in.
I don't feel sorry for any of them.
Fat cats.
That's right.
Judging from the Instagrams, the Swedish families in Cabo were doing A-okay. I don't have
Seems like they were just fine, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's keep moving. All-Star weekend it was, my friends, and a few people stole the show. I don't know that any were hockey players. First off, Tate McRae. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Great
know
country music star.
She is an
Calgary's country music sweetheart.
Superstar.
Do you realize now? Like, yes,
She's a monster. I knew she was famous. I just assumed I saw the album come around. I'm like, that's country. I'm good. She is a rock. She's amazing. She's like the next Britney, Dua Lipa, Bieber level pop star. She's huge.
Yeah, you turn on like Sirius, the top like hits one. It's like it's Tate McRae everywhere. Oh, number one again this week. Tate McRae.
Yeah.
Wow.
Calgary's country sweetheart.
What a rock star. So she was obviously the biggest winner. How many guys are just like, oh, I just thought I'd give you this jersey. Like,
Hey, how you doing?
I see you working.
It's like Tommy Boy. Do you know where the gym is?
Yeah, it's
The weight room.
the Biebs. He somehow there was a mix-up at coach check. He got my jacket, but enough about that. This is him at center ice for the warm-up. And it's like, okay, so there's 3 of the 4 goalies. Or I guess there's 8 for this event. And he's like, okay, we'll just pose for a photo. No big deal. Goalies are gone. And then he's like, oh, is that McKinnon coming in there? No, that's Elias Lindholm, 23. He's wearing 23 the year his only kid was born last year. But okay, I got a photo of those guys. All right. Oh, no, stay there. Hang on. We got a goalie coming in. And then Brady Tkachuk's already queued up. He's on the left in the red. Here comes Brady. Hey, can I get a photo? Yeah. There you are. Him and Quinn Hughes need a pic.
He's like, why is Quinn Hughes getting into my Biebs pick?
Unbelievable. And this horn can't even save him. Look at this. Frankie the Pizza Man Vetrano's in there. I couldn't believe he was an all-star. My God. Like, nonstop. Having fun.
Yeah, come on in.
Not a boy. Another one. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? They'd do the horn twice. Wow.
Tell Horn Guy to relax. It's the All-Star game.
Another one. There's Forsberg. Phil Forsberg with the twisty mustache.
You got some... Jesus. Enough, Horn
Three
dude.
horns.
We get it. Yeah, the Zamboni's got to come on. God.
Are we on a tight schedule, Zambo or Horn Guy? Like, come on.
I was at the first half of the skill competition. I can tell you the schedule was not tight. I was done. I'm going to drink in the concourse for one and get the hell out of here. This is painful. It got better, apparently.
The rink guy who's on the Zamboni waiting for honk. Yeah, we get it. You got to clean the ice. Settle down. Rink
That's
thing.
Tim.
Just relax.
Wasn't that
He hasn't had a dart for an hour, and his break's coming up after this flood. Hurry up.
Oh, wasn't that the E-Bug goalie guy?
That's
wasn't
right.
I could be out there.
That was David Ayers. That's David Ayers. You've already had your 15 minutes, David.
Snapping. He's like, I can't believe they didn't invite me.
How could you do this to me in my hometown?
Get out the ice, you bums.
His wife's on Twitter lighting people up.
Oh, yeah, she's up.
My husband was standing with him. Okay, settle down.
I should be taking pictures with Bieber.
The other guy that won the weekend, I did not know this guy was my spirit animal. Let's have a little listen to Michael Bublé.
The answer is no. I will not be the oldest draft pick the Vancouver Canucks have ever taken at 48 years old. I know you and you. You're a really good hockey. You got good hands, dude. You've got silky mitts, my brother.
You are the first person who's ever told me that.
Because I'm the first real ever hockey fan, dude. My buddy told me this is just a microdose of mushrooms, and he was lying. So I'll be honest, I thought I was in Blades of Glory for most of the time that I was out there until it sort of settled down, and then I realized, holy I'm at the NHL All-Star Game. We literally are the heart and soul of these teams. And if they win, it'll be because of us. And if they lose, it will be because of us. All of my text, it was people, congratulations on being chosen to go to the All-Star Game. And I was like, congratulations, I'm a superstar. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Whoa! Yes, boobs. Yes. What a
Look
guy.
at his,
No caffeine for that guy.
like, look at his eyeballs.
Whoa.
He looks like a cat hopped up on catnip.
Yes. That's my boy right there.
It's
Look at this
friggin-
guy.
Those are what they call dilated pupils. Holy
That's like-
smokers.
Stampede level Pinder right there. That is a good performance. Impressive
that.
work. Got another
Oh,
fan
yeah.
today, Buble. Just one more.
I didn't have your albums. I'm getting them.
I've heard you at Christmas. I'm going to start celebrating 11 other months.
Big Buble fan. Serge's old lady. Can't
Same
get
with
enough.
my old lady. Yeah.
Really?
The ladies love the boob. I'm telling you.
La, la,
He's
la.
huge.
I've heard he's actually a very good guy.
Looks like it. I could
I think
hang
he's
with that
a great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard he's a very good guy.
Now, Toronto's own Joey Votto is at the All-Star thingy as well. Votto, of course, longtime Cincinnati Red. Pretty quiet in Toronto. Not so for All-Star weekend. Guess what he was doing? Hunting mascots. Look at this guy, how happy he is. Some people don't care. Joey Votto is in his happy spot here. Okay, there's the scary lynx. Saw that bastard a mile away. It's tall, too. Don't like that.
Oh, the head's
Yeah.
tall.
Gritty was not having it.
Oh, come on,
Which is
Gritty.
probably on brand for Gritty. Yeah, get out of here. Gritty's just, I need a dart. Stay away from me.
Really?
And then I don't know who the dog is. That
That
the
is
Avalanche?
terrible.
Was Joey Votto on mushrooms too?
Maybe. Yeah, that's his thing, apparently. There you go.
Thanks, Jack.
We saw Sean Monahan move last week. What does he look like in Jet Silks? Well, we don't know yet. They haven't played, but here's him coming out to practice. First rounder, eh? First rounder plus.
First rounder plus.
That rank's not the same as the Forum.
No way, that's not quite the same.
Nah.
He feels right for Winnipeg, though.
He
Doesn't he?
does.
In
He's
a weird
nice
way,
person.
yeah.
Again, another nice person.
Yeah.
Totally.
It was kind of
Good
like
pro.
when Stastny got traded there. It's like, okay, you kind of seem
At the deadline for a first
seems
centerman.
like you can.
I see the similarities.
Kevin Hayes, not so much.
No, not so much, Kev.
Did not work out for Winnipeg.
No. Yeah. Blake Wheeler, less of a Winnipeg guy than Sean Monahan, I'd suggest. World Cup's coming to North America in 2026. Canada, USA, and Mexico. This is soccer. This is footy.
And Atco Field.
There will be teams probably practicing there for the build-up, but no games. Here's what we know. The big game's going to be in New York / it's actually New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, where the Jets and Giants play. Dallas has got a bunch of games. We've got games at SoFi. Also, Patriots home field, the Chiefs home field, and Miami's home field. That's the big games down the stretch. But there's, I think, over 100 games in the World Cup, something crazy like that, and a bunch are in Canada. I think 13 in Mexico in total, 13 in Canada in total. The rest are in the U.S. As for the Canadian games, Team Canada is going to open, I believe, in Toronto, and they will also play twice in Vancouver for their opening round action. So there's our boy Brendan Batchelor announcing that. 5 group stage games in Vancouver. That's the closest you'll be able to get to World Cup action here in Calgary. It's coming up quick. It's like a summer and a half away, Dino. That's it. I know, Jack, you are.
He's getting emotional.
I think he's falling asleep. Okay, we'll move. Jack sent this to me and said, we got to get Dean in this. We need this for Dean. So let's have a look at what he sent and why. Holy moly. Looks like a Bond villain. Dino.
Whoa.
Is that Frank's jacket that you left at your house?
Is it
There
a
it
jacket
is.
thing? There it is.
Shit.
Yeah.
Halliburton's got it.
Yeah,
How did
that's
he get it?
downstairs.
Is it Tyrese? Is that his first name? What's his first name?
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton. Looking good. All the buttons there. Is that pleather? Platypus leather? What are we looking at there?
Now again,
Now wait, is that a jacket or is that a full suit? Oh no, that's just a jacket.
It's a
Such
big old
jacket.
winter jacket.
and now it fits him. And how
Right.
big is he? Like 6'8",
Oh,
6'9". Imagine how big that coat is. It might
Yeah,
actually
that's
be
a
bigger than
bedspread
Frank's
for other
coat.
people. That's huge.
It'd
Yeah.
be touch and go. Frank's coat is not.
That's not Frank's. We could confirm.
Well, it's conflicting reports.
Frank has a different build than that fella.
Yeah, I'd say that. That's fair. Let's move to superstars making us feel normal because, they're just people too. They put their Shoes on one at a time, just like us. Here's Tom Brady at Pebble Beach for the Pro-Am.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's so good. Honestly, nothing feels better than watching someone who's very good at sports.
Rhett, critique this swing. What is it? What happens here? What do you see happen?
All do I know? I remember hitting in front of a crowd because it was the Gretzky Lanny golf off, and I took a divot that was bigger than his shoes, and the ball went about the same length. It was very humbling. Golf's not my sport, Dean. I just like when people screw it up.
Yeah.
It feels good because it's really easy to suck at golf and it drives you nuts. So to watch professional athletes screw it up too.
Yeah, like that swing to me, that looked as
great.
good as John Rahm.
God, and we all know that sound, right? When you just graze the top of the tick, just that. It's like, oh shit.
It's Charles, your boy, Barkley, his swing too. It's the same thing. We could take joy in watching other people struggle at golf.
Head down, head down. Don't lift your shoulders. Head down, head down.
Not too fast, not too fast.
Damn it.
Shit.
Stupid games.
Is my head down?
What did I do?
Yeah.
What was that?
And then somebody else, and then later in the round, someone tries to give you a tip. Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not a pro. I don't
Looks
need your
like
help.
I care, right?
I have a Junior A tilt for you guys. You've been good. It's been a while. Here we go.
I got one for you.
Oh, good. Two angles, the same fight. Red goalie's going. Look at the right hands from goalie White here. Woo! Good work here. Normally the goalies tie up pretty good, Dino, because the gear, right?
It's pretty good.
And then watch the smirk as he heads to the. This is great here. How you doing? He's like, yeah, I did okay, boys.
Look at this. There must be something in the water.
Don't tell me it's another Junior Sabres fight.
It's another goalie fight.
Now, where's this? That's too big to be one of
That
your
is
Lugans.
the Junior Sabres OJHL team. And never in my life have I seen or heard. I didn't see it. Somebody sent me that. But they told me they were at the game. It was just two goalies fighting. There was no skirmish, no scrum, nothing. Two
How
goalies.
does that come to be?
Let's go.
Do you think it was premeditated? Do you think they set it up?
There's got to be some nefarious off-ice activities going on.
Yeah.
They're both after Tate McRae. Only one man can be left. Fight to the death. Let's go. Okay. Got a nice little roller hockey slash we should watch, because who isn't watching roller hockey for the slashes?
Well, who missed it? I thought we all watched.
Settle down there.
He's not going to be able to play next game.
Yeah, I'd even suggest maybe even ever. That's pretty bush league. What are we doing here? That is a huge right at the head. No good.
Yeah, but what did the guy say to him?
It's true. You guys ever been on a cruise?
Yes.
Was there any pool tables on the cruise ship?
Should have left immediately. It did not go well.
I would not think you could have pool tables on cruise ships because, of course, it's always moving a little.
Yeah, that's right.
Be a nightmare. Someone fix that. Watch this pool table on a cruise ship. So apparently there's like some sort of gyroscope technology in there that holds it perfectly. Look at these balls. They're perfectly level. This blew my mind the other day. How?
I could just watch this thing forever.
That's probably enough.
It's amazing.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, so good. Now I don't. Was there some?
You need one of those in your truck, Rhett, for the drink holder, so that your rye ginger doesn't go spilling.
Pepsi Zip. That's a
right in the console, right? So
yeah.
That's ideas. $1 million idea there, Rhett.
Right there.
Gyroscope technology for your console, so you don't spill your beer.
Love me some gyro.
I'll talk to our boy Anthony, see what he can do for the 2025 Hondas.
Okay.
You guys would have had a rodeo somewhere near your towns growing up. There's always like a little small town rodeo that there'd be some sort of event with bulls. I know our good pals at Origin Brewing in Strathmore, they love the running of the bulls. Was it every August long, I want to say? This one is you had to get the ribbon off the bull's horn, and it's just for the ladies. Let's have a watch. 2, this bull's on a heater. 3, 4.
Oh, she's
5.
You can tell she does not.
She threw her arms out like, not me. Don't hit me.
Oh, wow. That's a conky. 6.
That's a Goldberg spear.
7.
Ooh.
Oh, 8. Jeez. Getting gored.
Greatest
9,
defense
10.
ever.
Get out of Oh, you're grabbing the tail. What are you doing? No way she got it. Oh! Yes.
Whoa, yeah.
What we've seen in the poker games before.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
My good Lord.
I hope that's nobody got hurt.
So bad.
Yeah, safety first, guys. These are all professionals. No one was injured. No one was
That's
injured
a
in the
big
making
bull.
of this video.
Yeah, I don't know what the ribbon is here. This is the poker game. Oh my good Lord.
That's what
I
they
only
should
watched
do.
the first half of this video, but yeah.
Yeah, for the women, that's what they should do at weddings and put the bouquet on one of the friggin' horns. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, ladies, we have a bit of a twist for you.
We're gonna invite the in-laws first.
Yeah, instead of the tossing of the bouquet, see who really wants to get married. Who wants it?
You don't like snakes, right, Dean?
Not particularly, no.
Nor do I.
You live in a great place because we don't really have to worry much about snakes here in Alberta. This gentleman is not living in Alberta. Look on the door. Look on the door.
Christ.
I got bit! Oh!
I got bit!
I got bit!
There's nothing about that I enjoy.
I got bit!
Sorry.
I already look at every toilet and size it up before I sit down. I'm looking now I got to look at every friggin' door I go in.
Your toilet one is very misfounded. I don't really get that one.
No, they come up. Animals come up
In
through the
horror
pipes.
movies. Yeah. Seth Jarvis, a Canes defenseman prospect. I think he was at the AHL something or other. Seth. And he was asked about, getting back on the ice and how he's feeling. Maybe it was coming back from NHL also, but I don't really recall. What's going on with Seth? Let's go to the interview.
So, have you sweat out all the beer from
I don't drink, so it's nothing to sweat out. I was in the gym most of the time there, just take care of the body. I hope I sweat out all the beer. I think it's all gone. Yeah.
You had me for a bit there. That's pretty good. He's trying to keep the street face. No,
mostly in the gym.
Sweating out some beer. We go to a NCAA women's basketball game for just the call. Now, sometimes you say the wrong word, but it is the right word. Let's have a listen.
And here comes Sellers. Nice dip inside, great position. No call on the play as Brianna Alexander had her shit blocked. Her shot blocked, excuse me, inside.
She did have her shit blocked.
Her shot blocked, excuse me,
Pardon me, I misspoke.
Shot, not
Pardon
shit.
me.
Yeah. Can't say that on TV. Bad workout for Rhett the other day. Someone caught it on video. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. This is a bit of a weird exercise.
This is good.
Oh, man. Come on. Come on.
Can we see that again, Jack?
Dean, avert your eyes. He wants to see it one more time. It does sound like something snaps here. Right there. Oh.
That's his femur.
Oh, dear. Dear. Rhett, big game on Sunday. I know in a football-crazed market like Buffalo, people will be going nuts. And I saw you got your order in for your cake already. This is great. Whoever versus who cares, go Bills. There's your Sunday cake.
You should hear how much there's always next year is going on around here.
Technically, there is, but that's it. It's got to be tough. I've got this one written down as amusement park idiot. Let's have a watch.
Love these.
He can hear you.
He's actually got control here. Don't worry about it, Dino. Look at this. Nice moves. Well done.
Oh. Yes.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
The more you're going to find
and
out.
And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Let's save that.
Snip that in there. That's good. Because it
We've
looks
all
like
seen
he's
this
got it
one,
all
though,
figured
right?
out. And
Oh, that? I'd not seen that before.
Yeah, those the roundabouty things. Because apparently, once you're in there, if you just kind of focus on the thing, it's a lot easier than it looks. But he took a sideways step, which is unfortunate. I hated to see that happen.
fellas, we had a great weekend. We had a ton of fun. Maybe my highlight of the entire weekend had nothing to do with All-Star festivities, going to a Diplo concert, stumbling back to the hotel at the wee hours, because we got another video from Aussie Brad, where it is summer in Melbourne.
Boomer, Pinder Retro, man cave again. Fucking cricket's on. We're having a bit of a yarn and having a look at this fucking score. The fucking cricket, mate. The West Indies are giving their fucking Aussies a bit of a touch up here. 5 for 1, fucking 20. Fucking pathetic, really. Sundays, fellas, barbecues on. So I wanted to show you my little setup from fucking down here in Melbourne. Fucking 38 or 39 fucking degrees. Hot as the fucking hinges of hell, boys. Now, I'm running, I've got a kettle. This is how I've got a couple of different things here, boys. Got the kettle, got the barbie, got the fucking Traeger on today. Gonna do some smoking, but I wanted to show you this little fucking peach nut, fellas. This is called a Mongo. Beautiful, boys. 75 mil high. Got the coals under here. Cook whatever the fuck you want. Beautiful fucking kangaroo on here, boys. Fuck those cunts. We get the roux on here. If not, bit of lamb, bit of beef, whatever the fuck you want. But just want to have a quick chat. I tell you what, fucking fellas, Connie, put his fucking chin out to the world. What a haul he got for Lindy. He's fucking getting assets that he can either flip later, give him a shot. Fucking Husker, he'll sort those fuckers out. Boys, I tell you what, we're fucking pumped with him. Keep punching fucking Connie and Boomer. You always fucking keep punching Boomer. Fuck yes.
Fucking go. Yes. Let's go.
No caffeine now.
Love it. I was thinking about him when after it's like, I wonder what Aussie Brad thinks about the Lindholm thing. I bet you he's on board.
Aussie Brad knows what the hell's going on.
He knows.
He's got her dialed in.
Yeah, he knows. So how about that? He's got the classic, the kettle, right, with the charcoal, and then he's got the Traeger. He's got the. How about that deal there, bud? I don't know if I'm putting a roux on that thing, like you said, but yeah, you might be able to put something.
I'm so
on
disgusted with the roux. I don't care if it's the chicken of the sea. I'm not eating it.
I just don't. There's no way, because you see the photos or the videos where they're all fucking ripped up and stuff. It's got to be too sinewy, and there's no way.
I got no interest. I've got a visual here. I'm not eating it.
No thanks. They must have. The internet at the studio must have taken a dump, hey?
Apparently,
because I saw him because he froze, and then you know what though? There's no beating. You don't follow Aussie Brad. You don't follow it. That's the Pinder Report, and it's a presentation of Village Honda. Huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets. Over 90 units on site, access to more than 500 more inside the dealership group. Make Village Honda your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They are worth the trip. Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall. Keep punching. Keep punching. Damn right. Damn right. I want to tell you about my Douglas mattress. Another solid sleep on that puppy. Always feels good to come home now, Retro.
You're happy to get home on Friday night and
so happy. It used to be the other way around. You get to a hotel, it's like, the hotel bed feels good. Nope, don't need it. Don't need it. I've got the Douglas. Showed up at my door, brought it into the bedroom. You open up the thing, which is so, you got to see it. I can't wait till you get to see it. Does one of these things. Put it onto your box spring, and it's amazing. It's firm yet soft. It's exactly what you want out of a mattress, let alone the thing shows up at your door. No wonder It's been named Canada's best mattress on Canadian Living, loved by more than 200,000 Canadians, over 10,000 5-star reviews. Sleeps cool. You don't get all warm in there. Relieves the pressure points. And it's the convenience, because yes, it shows up at your door inside that box. And right now, the thing is, what if I don't like it? Well, how about their industry-leading risk-free trial? 365 nights. It's a year. You don't like it, you'll get a full refund, no questions asked. Douglas donates mattresses to local charities. And right now, with our with douglas.ca/FlamesNation, come on now, every mattress order gets a free comfort sleep bundle, 2 memory foam pillows with pillow protectors, 1 luxurious cotton sheet set, and a mattress protector. All of that together is the sleep bundle. A $650 value is yours for free when you order this Douglas mattress at douglas.ca/FlamesNation. Proudly made right here in Calgary, ensuring the highest quality materials and fastest delivery to you. It's the best of everywhere. You're not going from store to store, laying on bed, talking to salespeople, having to, what am I doing here?
Putting it in the back of your vehicle in a snowstorm to get it home.
No, thanks. You're not Clark Griswolding this thing down Deerfoot. She's ideal. Douglas.ca/FlamesNation. Pinder has texted me.
Just stay off, Pinder. It's fine. We're done with you.
Road construction outside today. Internet is balls. Didn't know that had anything to do with it, but that's the thing. That's the thing I like about our studio. There is there's always construction. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's always the sidewalks or the streets are tore up. It's great. It's a great spot to super convenient.
Handy parking,
noisy, no parking, internet is balls.
Really busy.
Yeah, so it's really great.
Hey, at least that area is getting some taxpayer money put into it, so that's good.
Wi-Fi is toast. So I guess it's me and you, and I think actually now I'm driving the bus, because if Pinder's gone, then Jack's gone. So it's just me and you.
Oh, it's been a hell of a day.
Well, we'll see here. If I was to, well, yeah, it would be a because I could say we could take a look at our Betway bets, but I bet you we won't be able to because Jack would be running the thing. We'll give it.
You can just tell him your Betway bets.
Let's just try this. We'll do the Betway bets. Time for our Betway bets.
No.
Oh, look at it. There it is. Get the Betway app on your phone. Get it on your desktop. There's the Pinder. He's got Makar.
No, there's the
boat. Oh, okay, he's back to me. I was going to say, oh, we got the same picks. Kale Makar, a power play point, plus 135. And the other one I got, Austin Matthews. Looked like he had a very fun weekend. He was the belle of the ball in Toronto. Going big game hunting. Plus 550 for the first goal of the game tonight as the Leafs host the Islanders. So those are my bets of the day. And Pinder also put some bets in there. Nathan McKinnon, he's going for the first goal, plus 600. And Colorado, New York, he likes the Avs by 2 or more, minus 1.5, plus 200 as they take on the New York Rangers. Rangers, I don't know if you've noticed, Shesterkin hasn't been quite as good as he has been in the past. There's maybe a little bit of mild concern, some mild concern there.
Markstrom's available.
Is he? I mean, if you're selling, you may as well go all the way. You know? So you can't trade Vladar. Can you trade this guy? Do you think there's now that when the All-Star, take the All-Star break and think about it, and then let me know what you're thinking.
Yeah, have some downtime. Get back to me.
Yeah, see your family. Go somewhere.
Talk.
Yeah, go somewhere where it's warm. Not Calgary, because I know it's not warm here.
Yeah, no, not to the sauna. Go get on a plane and go somewhere warm.
Yeah, somewhere else for sure. So those are the Betway bets. We have now for DoorDash. I would ask Ryan what's on the menu for DoorDash, but we kind of showed it there. But we'll do the little DoorDash for you. I love DoorDash. I know there's so are you just staying in? You're going to DoorDash, boom? You're going to DoorDash? Yeah, that's what I did. You stay in, you DoorDash. And the thing about DoorDash, it shows up right at your door. You know what I mean? Have you noticed the common thread? Douglas, it shows right up at your door. I love it. DoorDash comes right to your, this is the best. I mean, whatever, maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is. I think these are companies that are thriving because I'm not alone. Ordering is easy. You order the app, choose what you want from where you want, when you want it, and it's left safely outside your door. And for a limited time, our listeners get 25% off and zero delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you don't download the DoorDash app and enter promo code NATION25. NATION25 is that promo code. And we showed it there for you. There's 2 games tonight. It's the Avs and the Rangers and the Leafs and the Islanders, if memory serves. So those are the 2. And then, of course, you get tomorrow, Flames going to get back in action. So just a kind of a soft launch getting back into the NHL sked after the All-Star break with a pair of games tonight. So that is what's on the menu for DoorDash. Get that app. Nation25 is your promo code. That's how you do it. So you happy to be back in Buffalo? Were you happy to get back in the...
Actually, the sun shone. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Sure.
Yesterday and the day before. And that's the first time since Christmas.
Yeah. Because when we were in Toronto, it was very overcast and chilly. And then the day we left, it was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
But yet still was happy leaving.
I don't know. We came back, played a game yesterday, kicked the snot out of Oakville.
Yeah, you did.
Show-offs.
Yeah.
Had to play with 8 forwards and 3D, but we still beat them.
How come? What's
a couple injuries, a couple guys going down.
Kids getting tossed? The old heave-ho?
Soft. I got a cramp. What? Georgie Sweetland's boy. Can you believe that? Come on, sweetie.
Not surprised, to be quite honest.
What about you? I'm sure you had a busy weekend.
Got
back on an earlier flight.
I got on the 6.
Nice.
I was on the 8. I got on the 6.
That's a big difference when you're at the airport and you're looking at it and go, come on, get me on this one.
Yeah. It cost, because even the girls say, well, it's going to cost you this, for 2 hours. Here's my credit card. Let's go. Let's get us out of here. But then we had a 6:45 a.m. ringette game in
Start?
Yes.
Oh, your kid's too old for that.
You would think.
Are they not through that? Yeah.
It was a tournament. So they played on, we came back Friday. So they played Friday and then 2 on Saturday. The early game, they were actually, they're better at 6:45 a.m. than p.m. So they played the early one and played well. And then they had a pizza party in the afternoon and then played the 8 o'clock game that night.
That's a big day.
Not much left in the tank. But they squeezed one out and then won the gold medal yesterday morning in the big 8 o'clock match. Yeah. So it was a big day.
It's good.
Very exciting for everyone. Yeah. And it snowed here, Retro. I shoveled 3 times yesterday.
Oh, no.
Same. A lot of snow. Just steady all day.
It was mostly gone. Now she's back again, bud.
Well, it's green grass here.
Why would somebody steal a license plate off of a vehicle?
Because you've stolen a car. You're trying to hide.
Because you put it on a different
license
car that you stole.
I guess. I just don't know. It's like, really?
It's
lose a plate.
Nefarious activities is the correct answer.
It's very nefarious. Yeah.
I think we should just get involved in these nefarious activities, and we don't have to be a victim of.
I feel like it's probably some hooligans that are up to no good.
I hope they're not doing it just to be shit disturbers. If they've stolen another car and they're making a move, fine. It makes sense. But just to screw a guy over as a joke, that
So what can you do? Because really, everybody, you just screw the plate into the bumper or whatever on the vehicle. Is there how do we keep, if somebody has, I'm not sure how many people have flathead screwdrivers out there. How do you stop people from potentially doing this again? How aren't they being stolen all the time?
Well, there's only so many cars getting stolen, so you only need so many. There's enough.
There's lots in those bars and pubs though, hanging up in the above the bar though, isn't there?
Like, have you ever had a license plate stolen?
No.
Right? It's I just yeah. Maybe that's another $1 million idea.
Stealing license
plate security. Don't have your license plate stolen ever again. No.
I think the move is you go to one of those weird shaped nuts where only a certain type of wrench can undo it. But
I don't know.
That's your $1 million idea right there.
You put the razor blades around it, so only you know that's
Got
there.
it, yeah.
So when they reach in there.
Yeah.
Some Peaky Blinders shit.
Slicing people up.
Yeah.
Just wanted a license plate, man. Now I got no fingers.
So we were kind of shocked to learn that there was some construction outside the studio.
It's basically a 2-year thing that it's just not going to stop, and it kind of was getting better, and then 33rd is now back to one way only, one lane instead of the usual 4. It's like, oh no, we are back to square one here, to square one, and then right out front today, heavy machinery, no parking, big holes. I don't know what they're doing. But gosh, it's going to look like Beverly Hills.
Come on, Nenshi. Sure. Get your shit together.
Come on, Brand Kanye. Get your poop in a group.
Frickin' Al Dewar screwing us again.
That's going to do it, everybody. What a show. What a show.
Did you get what was on the menu? I don't want to leave you hanging.
Yeah, we got it. It was good.
Yeah.
2 games. Let's go.
And a Betway, we got in there as well.
Saw the Betway.
Got it all in. Tomorrow's game day. Find those helmets. We're going to need to put them on. It's the Boston Bruins. It's the Calgary Flames. It's the debut, Rhett, of new forward Andre
Kuzmenka.
Get your jerseys.
Still
Can't wait.
in the name bar.
What number?
96.
No, shitty number. I don't like it.
69. Backwards.
All right. Time to go.
Sleeping back to back. It's hot.
See you, buddies. That's enough.
Nice end.